Hi guys, welcome to BTM Afrika. My name is NYDJ. I am your host and I'm bringing you another amazing, I know I love to say the word amazing, right? But yes, I'm bringing you an amazing interview today on this channel. Ever since Nigerian chef Hilda Baci made an attempt at the Guinness World Records, many across the African continent have dared to have their names registered in the prestigious Guinness World Records, but with little or no success at all. In Ghana, the numbers are many and I can't even recollect. From cookathons to kiss-a-thons to sing-a-thons to interview marathons to what have you. I mean, there's been so many thons, but all these with very little success. However, Abubakar Tahiru's story is different. With little or no fanfare at all, he recently made the Guinness World Records for most trees hugged in 1 hour. For many, these attempts make no sense, but to him, it means the world. Today, my guest is Abubakar Tahiru, a Ghanaian based in the US of A, who successfully made his name into the Guinness World Records. Abubakar, thank you very much for joining me today on BTM Afrika. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm doing very well, and thanks for actually accepting to speak to me.
Of course, you're welcome.
So before we start anything, let me say congratulations, Guinness World Record holder. I mean, how does that feel?
I mean, thank you. It feels amazing and rewarding. After all, if you have a goal of doing something and it turns out to be very positive, then I know we all know how that feels. Yeah.
Great. Before we get into this attempt and what went into it and all that, tell us a little bit about Abubakar. I understand that you left Ghana just a year ago. Did you leave because the economy made hot, or or you just wanted to go to school?
Yeah, let me just take it that it's not because of economy. Of course,
Okay.
it's not because of economy, because I mean, and I really don't want to talk about economy.
I don't want to put you there, but everywhere make hot.
Yes,
I understand.
yes,
But
yes. I really won't mention that, but I am a student, and then
okay.
I just like we have an equally good schools in Ghana. Sometimes trying to get advance your knowledge somewhere from where you seems to be your comfortable zone is also gives you a lot of exposure and experience. So yeah, that's why I'm actually here because of education.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Amazing. Now, tell us a little bit about Abubakar, life in Ghana before you actually moved out. I mean, since it's just last year, it means you've lived most parts of your life in Ghana. Tell us a little bit about Abubakar before you left.
So Abubakar is a proud Ghanaian.
Mm.
I mean, I was born in Ghana, grew up in Ghana, and still a Ghanaian and forever be a Ghanaian as far as I knew. I was born in a farming community in Tepa.
Okay.
So Tepa Mamfu Bujakrinyame. So it's actually a long way. So I was born in a farming community in Tepa. So I think I had my basic education there. And then I continue GHS from GHS 2 to GHS 3 at TI Ahmadiyya, SHS to University for Development Studies at Tamale Nyankwala campus. Yeah, so one for going to UDS in UDS, that's University for Development Studies, and then reading natural resources, specializing in forestry, was just a bit of where I grew up. I'm one person, a nature lover, and then living at going at UDS nurtured my my knowledge and then my passion for climate and for sustainability, as well as for the planet health. I mean, UDS has really taught me a lot, and from UDS I went to I'm now currently in the United States, Alabama, reading masters in forestry in Auburn University. Yeah, so I got here last year somewhere in August last year, and then this is, I mean, I'm heading to my second year as a master's student.
And almost a year already, you are making and breaking records. Let's talk about the Guinness World Records. I mean, there's something that's brought the world's attention on you. For a lot of people, it looked weird. A lot of people, it looked, sorry to say, stupid. For a lot of people, it was like, what is this about? Tell me, how did you even conceptualize this idea? How did that come to you? Like, did you get it in a dream? Did you share this idea with friends? What did they say? Didn't they tell you, like, listen, Abubakar, you're getting mad. What is this? How was it like?
Exactly what I know. A lot of when you hear something, or you see a loved one talking about it. Maybe if you are not a nature person, of course you might see that, oh, this person is going crazy. But unless you understand if you are really a nature person, because one person. One thing about me is that even when I am emotionally or like spiritually down, I do like to go out to the nature, go out to the forest, just start seeing some trees, seeing some nature, and I'll feel okay. So that
Oh,
has one thing about me. So I think I have a lot of comfort with nature. So when I had this idea that, okay, I am a nature lover, I am a researcher, and I'm even in UDS. I did a research in sequencing carbon sequestration on how we can be able to measure how much carbon is being sequestered from a tree plantation. It means that this is all research towards climate change. And currently here, I'm working towards on a similar project that also has climate change mitigation as part of the goals. So it means that as my academic or in professional development, I am already working towards climate change. But I was thinking that, okay, what could be another innovative way that I can also say, okay, hey, let me do something, call for global attention on climate change, sustainability, passion for, something to motivate nature lovers out there that, okay, we are not alone. We have people like Abubakar who are also into nature and love nature. And even if you are a farmer and you see somebody hugging trees, you'll be proud to be a farmer, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's something you said that actually reminds me of my days back on KNUST campus. I mean, for anyone who knows me from Unity Hall, there were moments when I feel down or I just don't feel too okay. I just move to Pajo Park, sit there and look at the green grass, and then I feel okay. So it
Yes.
means there's something that nature has for all of us, and I'm excited that you actually took on this journey. Now, one thing which, if I read right, is the fact that this attempt you made at the Guinness World Records did not exist. It had never existed. So it's more like they created this one for you specifically. How did you come about this? And what did you tell them? Like, you write to the Guinness World Records and tell them, listen, this is what I want to do. So you guys should create a category for me. Or how did it work?
I wish I can share this story with people. The funny thing is that when I started thinking about an innovative way to talk about sustainability, the first thing is people sees this thing to be very stupid idea. Be like, okay, so upon all records, sometimes you see people are, so what impact that this one brings to the country? What impact that this one? So if you are enjoying today because you are having a safer environment, then you should be thankful to people who stood up some years ago for nature. And even with that, look at where we are. Maybe some before industrialization, climate change, there was not a lot of emissions out there. There was no emission, as we say. But after industrialization, there has been a massive emissions.
That's
So
true.
if you are happy and you enjoy years back when you can really feel the natural air and you really see that this air is not being contaminated, then you should be happy. Sometimes we do say, okay, people in the villages live long because they enjoy everything naturally. So don't we
That's
also
true.
want to enjoy a world where we have less emissions? There's not a lot of global warming. There's not a lot of hot temperatures and a lot of we know the effect. We absolutely know the effect of global change.
That's
You
true.
understand? So if you have somebody who wants to talk about climate change, who wants to talk about sustainability more. So when I thought about the need for this sustainability for the climate change and then showing my passion for nature, then I was like, if I can do anything at all, that will not jeopardize my life, then to show my passion for climate change and sustainability, why not? I will do it. So when I thought about this whole thing, I was like, okay, let me just come out with any idea as far as it's going to, spotlight my goals, spotlight the awareness, awareness I want to create, the call to action that I want to create about sustainability, climate change, and the love for nature. So I was like, okay. So at first, I applied to most trees kissed in 3 minutes.
Oh.
I just yes, which is I was like, and at some point after getting this record being the record holder, I was like, sometimes do imagine that how my lips was going to be if I was going if I was going to be kissing trees. So I mean, I applied to that, even though it was not accepted as at that point. I applied to that. Then I applied to most trees hugged in 1 minute.
Okay.
Then I realized that they already have most trees hugged in 1 hour, which there has not been any attempt, or there has not been any person. Yes, there has not been any attempt. Definitely, there will not be any record holder for that.
Yeah.
So I applied to that, and it was accepted. I think after some months, it was accepted. Then I said, okay, that is a go. Now I was now thinking about how am I going to do this? Am I really going to do it? And will I be successful? Because when I saw it, I was a bit shocked, because I was just thinking that most tree hugged in 1 hour. My point was like, okay, since there's no record holder, it means that even if I hug 10 trees,
you make that record,
yeah. No, Guinness World Record doesn't only measures who has the record, but it's all they measure in endurance. You understand? Yeah. So for them to be able to measure your endurance and everything, they have to set it to make it challenging, so that anybody at all will just say,
I set a record.
Okay, I am a record. No.
So hold on. With the category that you actually have the record in now, there's a category that was more like non-existent because nobody had actually attempted that. So you had to set a standard for you to meet that record.
Yes, exactly. That's where I'm coming from. Where I'm coming to. So when I applied, I realized that okay, I thought to my sense, I was like, nobody's having the record, so I'm good. I'll be the first person. So as far even if I'll hug 50 trees every 1 minute,
yeah, good to go.
I'll just hug one and I will relax. So when I did the application now, I saw that okay, no, it's not like that. So I saw like 700 minimum. I was really this. Yes, it was like 700. So that night I told myself that I'm not sure I'll be able to do it.
Because it's more like me and I'm who buy my message. I mean, you.
But yes, yeah, me and I'm who buy message. I said, I'm making things on like, oh, this is so much. And I'm not sure I'll be able to do it. So one day after class, so we have a lot of vegetation around my department, my college. So I decided to go around one of these natural stands to test my faith if I'll be able to do it or not. So I set up a timer for just 30 minutes, and when I started it, I was able to do like more than 500 trees, and I was like, oh wow. So
hold on, you're able to do 500 trees in 30 minutes?
Yeah, more than that. Like I was able to do more than that.
So now let me get this right. Guinness actually set a standard for you to meet 700 trees in an hour.
In 1 hour, yeah.
And you had done over 500 trees in 30 minutes.
In 30 minutes. And within that 30 minutes, I was even resting.
That meant your fears now had been overcome because you can now break the record easily.
Exactly. Wow. Exactly. That's my point. So like I was able to say, okay. So if I've been able to do this within that 30 minutes, then if I extrapolate it, then I should be able to do more than that. Even if my pace is going to decrease along the line, I should be able to break the record.
Yeah.
So there I was already having my flyers being already edited there, but because of the fear of not meeting up the record, I was not putting it out there. So the day that I did it, and I know that okay, now I am a very reasonable percentage sure that okay, I'll be able to do it. I say okay, then there I just put it out and say okay, hey, Abu is going out to do a Guinness World Record, and that was after posting it. That is another story. People were like, oh, Abu National, we know he's trying to make some jokes about certain things. Maybe he's one of his jokes, and so I was like, no, I'm serious. But they were also aware that I'm one of environmental advocates even back in UD. So
Mm.
when I started talking about it relating to the environment, they realized that I cannot be joking with the environment. So
Yeah, and that you were serious with it.
yes, yeah. So they started pulling in, and I'm thankful because UDS, that I think it took them some few days for them to make a flyer and put it out there and throw their support for me, which was so amazing.
Wow. Now let's talk about making the record. So you chose one of these plantations and said, listen, this is it. We are going to do this because I've tried this and I think I'm going to do it. Take me through the experience of having to hug 1,123 trees in 1 hour. How was it like? How was the experience? Was it challenging? Was it easy?
Yeah, it wasn't easy because if you look at what trees, that the number of trees that I was able to hug, or it's it's ranging like every 3 seconds or so, or less 3 to 4 seconds. I was like, I hug the tree, which if you are not, I mean, physically or mentally strong, you cannot endure it, because I won't say it was really. After the record attempt, I slept for more than 3 days before I was really good. And the funny thing is that when I slept for 2, 3 days before I was fully healed, those who just followed me, not just, I mean, the supporters, my team who followed me, who were not, I mean, physically doing the record, some were just, I mean, cheering me up. Others were just picking out the trashes, like the papers, so that we don't, I mean, end up, I mean, making the place dirty or
dirty
something
and all that. Yeah.
So all those, and even including those who were just there standing to cheer me up, it took 1 week or so or more for some people to be able to, because they were all working, following me, trying to make sure that they don't miss any hug that any hug.
So they had to capture every hug that you did.
Exactly. And so, and these people, it took like 4 or 5 days, 1 week for some of them to heal from all the stress. So it wasn't something that, as you said, was simple. It was easy as it may look out there. Maybe, I hope, I mean, it's a challenge, so people can also start doing it. And I hope, I don't hope that I will forever be the record holder. At least I've made my impact on the reason. Yeah. So let me talk about the challenges trying to move swiftly between trees, looking at the understory, even though the understory vegetation was not that much grown, but there were still some vines that you definitely have to be careful of. After the record attempt, I saw some marks for me, some bit bruises, and then
I was going to ask that because obviously we have to hug trees within that short while and move away again. You're going to have scratches and all that.
Yeah. So this bruises that I had was as a result of when at some point of the record attempt, I decided to take off my long sleeve. Yes, because I was feeling really warm, even though it was around 8 or 7 degrees Celsius at that time. But because of the constant movement, I was not even feeling the coldness again. So I was really warm. Really warm, and then I decided to take off my dress. When I took off my dress, I heard some of my friends saying, "Abu, do you think this is a good idea?" At my mind, I was thinking it's a good idea, but so I realized that I saw some bruises around my hands, and
your hands.
I have to take it again. I have to wear the long sleeves again, and I was enduring the heat. But I mean, yes. So that was one side of it, and the other side of it is when I was doing it at Ramadan, and I was fasting. So I was, because of the movement, definitely you feel like there's a lot of sweat, and it correlates with how much water you need to take.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm fasting and I'm not allowed to. And then I was like, this record shouldn't be the reason why I will say I'm not fasting, because the record has nothing to do with my God that I am serving. Yeah, in the midst of the record attempt, let me still go ahead and do my fasting. So I fasted, but I will also say that it has advantage for everything. I think it has advantage. The advantage was that I was not able to stop at all, because the plan was to stop in the first 20 minutes, I'll stop, take some water, because when we started planning about how we are going to go about it with my team, I was like, okay, the first 20 minutes, I'll stop and take some water, then rest for like 5 minutes, then I'll continue. Okay. So then maybe if I continue, then I get to 40 thereof, I still feel some water, I will just call for water, then I'll drink it whilst I'm hugging it. So like that was the plan. But all this thing was not done because I was fasting, and I was like, oh, even if I stop to rest, what is the essence of resting? So instead of me resting, I will not take water, I will not do anything. So then let me use that moment to just be hugging, even if I have to walk in the trees. Yeah, so that was challenging, but it turns out to be helpful as well. Yeah.
Wow. 1,123 trees in 1 hour. Now, when you were done and you submitted it to the Guinness World Records, did you have any fears that, Charlie, this thing might not work? Because you've seen so many Ghanaians, cookathon, singathon, kesathon. Somebody recently even started chichinga, sausage.
Yeah, all that. I wish I was in Ghana to enjoy it. I mean, yeah.
And all these not being successful, were you a bit skeptical as to whether you were not going to break it or you're going to make it?
Well, I was very optimistic about it, even though, yes, I was prayerful about it, and I was very optimistic because I was like, everything was showing out there. The video was streamed online. I did it. I hugged it. And after reviewing the video, almost all the hug was just in line with what was, set by the Guinness World Record. So I was
like, the requirements.
Okay, but when I submitted it, I had add extra evidence. I was like, what evidence again? And they were like, okay, you need to confirm what time you really start the thing, you started it, and the time you ended it, because we can't see that. And I was like, if you look at the video that I sent you, the video is 1 hour video. So what are you looking for again? You understand? But one thing is that I think I really respect them, and I really respect their standard. And Guinness World Record is a good brand, a topmost brand that you cannot just jeopardize with their brand and say, okay, we have seen you hugging, so we are giving you they have to make sure that all the requirement, all the certification, everything that they need, all the requirement that they need to be certified to satisfy you should be there before they can confirm that, okay, you are satisfied as a record holder. So I have to now resubmit evidence of the timekeepers, which I think at the point of the submission, I forgot to add it up. So I submitted it. After submitting, I submitted it on Monday, so Friday. So on Monday, I had the results. So it took me like 6 days after submission and getting the results. I submitted it, and then the next 6 days I had the results that I have been verified as a Guinness World Record holder. So
when you got that email from the Guinness World Records, how did you feel? Like, were you always picking up your phone to check if they responded to your email? Were you anticipating it?
Yeah, I was really anticipating it. Yes, I was really anticipating it. Yeah. So anytime I get an email, I try to look at if the logo is Guinness World Record. But if it's not, I'll be like, this is the normal emails that I receive. So I was hoping to see, and one thing is that when I'm moving around and people will be like, hey, Abu, we are proud of you. We heard that you were able to do this attempt, and we hope that they verify you. So when are they going to verify you? So people were really kind of interested in seeing how it's going to turn out to be. So just like they were, I was also being very, very anticipatory, and I was looking up to see that, okay, the record has been approved, and I'm now the Guinness World Record holder, not just a Guinness World Record holder, but for a good purpose, seeking for climate change and then inspiring youth. And so looking at where I grew up and then looking things ahead, I say, okay, if people will take my story and be like, okay, Abu grew up here, farming community, and today he's doing his master's in the United States, and then he's trying to advance his life. It doesn't mean that doing masters in Ghana doesn't count. It's equally important, but but I'm just trying to mean that even no matter the challenges that people face, you can also make it up and get it into a greater height and make it up there. So it's so like inspiring. So that was why upon all this that I was having in mind, trying to inspire people, trying to, preach a good cause. I was always hoping to see that message that, hey, you have been approved. And guess what? When I woke up and I saw it on my phone that I've been approved, I was really amazed. It was amazing. I started sharing up with friends, and then boom, I saw it everywhere. People were talking about it. And I'm not really the fame type, so I don't even know how to respond to it. People will call you and say, Abu, congratulations. Sometimes I tell them congratulations back. So I'm so confused about the whole thing about, you know.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
like that, that's the
Such a
thing.
remarkable
Yeah.
feat. Once again, congratulations on that one. So now we have a Guinness World Record holder for having actually had 1,123 trees within an hour. What next for Abu? Is this just about having the record, or what do you want to do now?
Moving forward, yes, I want to align with our organization institutions, both governmental and non-governmental organization, to make sure that at the end of the day, we keep on making our voice heard, and then talk about sustainability, the need for us to collectively fight for the climate future, then we can have a better future. Because if you are enjoying a good climate today, then you have to know that somebody fought for this some years ago. You
Yeah, that's
understand?
true.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
and if I am saying today is a better climate, because if you are enjoying the hotness today, or you are enjoying extreme temperatures today, extreme temperature today, and you think that this place is so hell, then think about a double of that, or a
Yeah, the next
triple
few
of that.
years, how people are going to feel.
You understand? We cannot just laugh about it and say, hi, this is the one crazy guy who want to talk about sustainability, and then he want to hug trees, and then he doesn't have anything to do, and he just want to be famous. And it's not just about that. It goes beyond that.
Well, so Abu's story actually tells it all. And he says, listen, it's not just about me winning or me having my name in the Guinness Book of Records or the Guinness World Records, but to inspire people from lesser communities and all that, and also to make sure that we have a safer space today and
Mhm.
future. Abu, thank you very much for speaking to us today. And I wish you the very best. Should there be the need for anything, I'll definitely stay in touch. And I hope that all the right thinking people actually reach out and see how best we can together make the society or the environment a better place for all of us. Thank you very much for speaking to us today.
Yeah, I really appreciate your time as well. I
Mm,
really appreciate. Thank you
right.
for collaborating with me for us all to save the climate and save the future. Thank
Yeah.
you. I really
Thank
appreciate.
you. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.